second of rain.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Homework Genius. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find the inverse of a 3x3 matrix using elementary row operations. So we're given matrix A, 1, -2, -4, 2, -3, -6, -3, 6, 15. Let's find the inverse matrix. If you want to know how to find the inverse of a 2x2 matrix, check out my other video in the link above on the right. So the first thing you need to do to find the inverse of this 3x3 matrix is to write out the matrix like this, draw a dashed line, and on the other side of it, you would write the identity matrix, which is always just ones running in the diagonal from the top left to the bottom right, and zeros in all the other spots. And our objective here is going to be to transform the left into the right, the identity matrix, using what's called elementary row operations. There are 3 rules you would use for elementary row operations. 1, any 2 rows can be switched. 2, multiply any row by a number as long as it's not 0. And 3, add a multiple of a row to another row. So I'll show you below how we will use these rules. So first, let's write down, like we wrote above, our matrix with a dashed line and the identity matrix to the right. And here we know that this is our row 1, this is our row 2, and this is our row 3. And what we're trying to do here is make the left look like the right, and we would work from left to right. So let's start with our left column. In that first row, we have a 1, and on the right, we want a 1, so we don't need to do anything to that row so far. In the first column on the second row, we have a 2 there, and if you look on the right, what we want it to be is a 0. So what we would do is look at those 3 rules at the top and see which one would apply here to get the 0 that we want. So rule 1, any 2 rows can be switched. If we switch any of these rows, we won't get a 0 because none of the other rows have a 0 in that first column. So rule 1 doesn't work. Rule 2, multiply any row by a number that's not 0. So if we multiply this 2 by any number that's not 0, we're not going to get 0. So rule 2 doesn't work either. So our only option here is rule 3. Rule 3 is to add a multiple of a row to another row. To find out what that multiple would be, let's write out a formula for this rule. We always start with the row we're working with. So we're working with row 2 here, so let's write R2 for row 2. And rule 3 says that we can add a multiple of a row to another row, but we just need to find that multiple. So let's write it as X for now. And let's pick another row. So let's pick row 1. And what we want the solution to be is 0 because we're trying to turn that 2 into a 0. So we will write equals 0. So now let's plug in our row 2 and our row 1. So in the place of R2, which is our row 2, we're just going to use those first terms in the row. So in this case, it's just 2, so we'll write 2, plus x, which is what we're trying to find, times R1. If we look at the first term in our row 1, we have 1, so times 1. And what we want to do now is get that x alone so we can solve for x. So let's subtract 2 on both sides. So we're left with x equals -2. So now we can plug that -2 in place of x in that original equation we wrote. And let's go ahead and write it next to this row 2 over here. So we will write row 2 plus our x, which our x is -2 in this case, so we'll write -2 times R1. And this is now the formula we're going to use on row 2 to solve. So let me show you how we would write that. First, let's write in our matrix that first row. Since we're not applying any rules to row 1, let's just write row 1 as it is. So 1, -2, -4, 1, 0, 0. Now let's move on to row 2. Since row 2, we were trying to change that 2 to a 0, and we came up with our formula here to apply. We would apply that formula to every term in row 2 to get our answers on the right. So let me show you how we would do that. We would plug in our R2 and our R1 into this formula to solve for each term. So let's start with the first column. you have R2, which is our first term in row 2, so that's 2, minus 2 times R1, which is the first term in row 1, in this case is 1. So 2 minus 2 times 1 equals 0, which is what we had solved for. But in order for this to work, we have to take that formula and apply it to every term in row 2. We can't just apply the formula to one number in the row without applying it to the entire row. So let's start with the second term. Again, we use the same formula, so we have R2 minus 2R1. So our R2 in this case is our second term in row 2 is now what we're working with. So negative 3 minus 2 times R1. And in row 1, you would use the term in that second column, what's above that negative 3. So that's negative 2. And we solve. So negative 3 minus negative 2 times negative 2 equals 1. And now we put that 1 in that second spot in row 2. Now let's move on to the third term in row 2. We write row 2, so negative 6 minus 2 times row 1, which is the term above the negative 6 in row 1, which is negative 4. So negative 6 minus 2 times negative 4 equals 2. And you keep going on the right. So you have row 2, now your fourth term is 0 minus 2 times your row 1 here is 1, so that's negative 2. So we'll write negative 2. And now your fifth term is 1, so we'll write 1 minus 2 times row 1, which is 0, which equals 1, so we'll write 1. And for our last term in row 2, we have 0 minus 2 times our row 1, which is also 0, which equals 0. Now let's move on to our row 3. For that first term in row 3, we also need it to be a 0 because you see on the right we have a 0 there. So to make that negative 3 a 0, we would again look at our row operation rules and see which rule can be applied. Rule 1, any two rows can be switched. We can't switch any of these rows to get a 0, so that doesn't work. Rule 2, multiply any row by a number that's not 0. Again, the same thing, it doesn't work. And rule 3, add a multiple of a row to another row. So we're going to be applying the same method we did to row 2 to row 3. And to find what multiple we're going to be multiplying to another row, let's write out the formula. So we're starting with the row that we want to change, which is R3, row 3, plus x, the multiple we're trying to find, times, let's pick another row, again let's pick row 1, equals, and what we want this negative 3 to be is a 0, so we'll write 0. So let's find our multiple. We'll plug in our R3 and our R1. R3 is the first term in our row 3, which is negative 3, plus x times the first term in our row 1 is 1, equals 0. And let's solve for x by adding 3 on both sides. So we have that x equals 3. So we can plug that 3 in place of x. So let's write our formula as R3 plus 3 times R1. And now we can apply this formula to every term in row 3. So let's start with our first term, negative 3 plus 3 times our row 1, which is 1. So negative 3 plus 3 is 0, which is what we knew that would be. Now let's move on to the second term in row 3. 6 plus 3 times the second term in row 1, which is negative 2. So 6 minus 6 is also 0, so we'll write a 0 here. And let's move on to the third term. We have 15 plus 3 times our third term in row 1, which is negative 4. So we have 15 minus 12 is 3. Now let's move on to our fourth term. So 0 plus 3 times our fourth term in row 1, which is 1. So we have 3. And our fifth term, 0 plus 3 times our fifth term in row 1, which is 0. So we have 0. And our last term in row 3 is 1 plus 3 times the last term in row 1, which is 0. So we're just left with 1. So now, if we look at the matrix that we're left with, we have our zeros on the left of the diagonal that we want. But our diagonal, we have our 1s at the top, but instead of the 1 at the bottom, we have a 3. So we need that 3 to be a 1. So first we would work to the left of the diagonal, and then the diagonal, and then the right of the diagonal. So let's make that 3 a 1. And if we look at our rules again, rule 1 is any 2 rows can be switched. We can't switch any row to get a 1 there, so let's move on to rule 2. Rule 2 says multiply any row by a number that's not 0. Well, if we multiply row 3 by 1/3, then we can turn that 3 into the 1 that we want. So let's write our matrix. We don't change anything in row 1. Row 2 stays the same. But for row 3, we'll multiply each term in row 3 by 1/3. So 0 times 1/3 is 0. 0 times 1/3 is 0. 3 times 1/3 is 1. 3 times 1/3 is 1. 0 times 1/3 is 0. And 1 times 1/3 is 1/3. Now we have our diagonal all 1s like we want. So let's work to the right of the diagonal. We know we want all those terms to be 0s. Let's start with the first row. So we want that -2 and that -4 to be 0. And we know that we can't switch any rows to get the numbers that we want. And we also can't multiply the row by anything to get those to be 0. So we will have to use rule 3. So let's create our formula. We'll take our row 1 plus a multiple, which we will find, so we will write it as x, times any other row. Let's use row 2 equals, and we know we want these terms to be 0, so we'll write 0. And let's plug in what we know. So let's just use that first term, that -2, for our row 1. So -2 plus x times, for row 2, we use the term underneath that -2 that we used. So 1 equals 0. And if we solve for x, we get that x equals 2. So now we can write our formula as r1 plus 2 times r2. And now we apply that formula to every term in row 1. So let's start with that first term, 1 plus 2 times our row 2, which is 0, so we have 1. And then for the second term, you have our r1 is -2 plus 2 times our r2, which is 1, so you get 0. And for the third term, -4 plus 2 times our third term in row 2, which is 2, you get -4 plus 4, which is 0. And now our fourth term, 1 plus 2 times -2, which is -3. Our fifth term, 0 plus 2 times 1, which is 2. And our last term, 0 plus 2 times 0, which is 0. Now we have our zeros where we want them in the first row. Let's move on to the second row. The second row, we want that 2 to be a 0, so we need to apply one of the 3 rules to make that a 0. We can't switch any row, that won't work. And we can't multiply it by a number, so we're going to have to create a formula again. So let's do r2 plus x times, and let's pick row 3 this time. So our r2 would be 2 plus x times our r3, which is the number under the 2, is 1, equals, and we know we want that to be 0, so 0. X equals -2. So now we know that we can plug in that -2 where our x is. So our formula is r2 minus 2 r3. And now let's apply this formula to every term in row 2. So let's start with the first term. 0 minus 2 times the first term in row 3 is 0. So you're just left with 0. The second term, 1 minus 2 times the second term in row 3 is 0. So you're just left with 1. The third term, 2 minus 2 times 1 is 0. The fourth term, -2 minus 2 times 1 is -4. The fifth term, 1 minus 2 times 0 is 1. And the last term, 0 minus 2 times 1/3 is -2/3. And for row 3, we don't need to change anything, so let's write it as it is. And now if you look at the left over here, we successfully solved for the identity matrix. So on the right, what we have left over here is going to be the solution to your inverse matrix. A negative 1, which is the inverse matrix of A, equals negative 3, 2, 0, negative 4, 1, negative 2 third, 1, 0, 1 third. That is your solution. Here's the full problem so you can screenshot it for your notes. I hope this video helped. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.